Tourists busted with 14 pounds of cocaine. Bar owner survive after being shot 6 times by gunmen. Police shoot coat thief in Manchester while 3 youths got shot to death in East Kingston. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. 400 cigarettes of cartons and an unknown quantity of what the police believe to be ecstasy pills were discovered last Wednesday by the narcotics police. The unaccustomed cigarettes were seized by the police during a search of a building on Olympic Way, Kingston 11, at approximately 3 in the afternoon. The street value of the cigarette is estimated to be $47 million. The police claim that because they were awaiting examination from the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine, they are unable to determine the precise number and street value of the ecstasy tablets. So far, in connection with the seizure, no one was taken into custody. Meanwhile, the narcotics police also made another multi-million-dollar bust at the St. James Sangsters International Airport. Last Thursday, police seized over 14 pounds of cocaine worth $30 million on the black market. Dutch national was detained and is currently being prosecuted for narcotics trafficking. As the Dutch national checked in to board a flight to Brussels, Belgium at approximately 5 p.m., the narcotics police stated that he was approached. 6.1 kilograms of cocaine was discovered stashed in a fake compartment when his luggage was seized, and once detained, the foreign national was brought in for interrogation. A 20-year-old student was stabbed to death yesterday morning by a fellow student. She has been identified as Akila White of the Catholic College of Mandeville in Williamsfield in Manchester. A 17-year-old boy has been taken into custody in connection with the killing. Reports are that Akila was sitting in her classroom shortly before midday when she was attacked and stabbed by her 17-year-old classmate. Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan, head of the Manchester Police, said that another 17-year-old student also sustained knife wounds in the incident and has been hospitalized for treatment. According to DSP Duncan, shortly after 12 o'clock, Akile and other students were inside their classroom when a dispute arose over a missing phone and money. He said the 17-year-old became angry, ran to the nearby tuck shop, and returned with a knife and attacked Akile, who was stabbed in the chest. The other student who came to her assistance was also stabbed. The boy ran from the institution but was chased and held by concerned citizens. DSP Duncan said the boy is now being questioned by CIB detectives. Still in Manchester, an alleged cow thief has been hospitalized after he was shot and wounded during a reported confrontation with the police in Mount Zion near Mile Gully, Manchester on Saturday. Reports suggested that around mid-afternoon on Saturday, police pursued a group of men suspected of stealing cattle in the Mile Gully area. The pursuit ended in close proximity to the reputed Duppy Church, and it is reported that one of the men attacked the police, resulting in him being shot. His accomplice, however, managed to escape. The injured suspect was taken to hospital and admitted under police guard. And I was reading an article about a particular individual who was cursing out people in the diaspora and news bloggers for carrying news happening in Jamaica. He seemed quite upset that the bloggers were reporting the shootings and murders happening in Jamaica. And I have this to say to him: we will not be silenced when people are dropping like flies and shutters are murdering people like how they shoot birds in Jamaica. What is being reported is actual people who are known, people who have names, people who have families. Some are fathers, some mothers, some are brothers and sisters or cousins. These are people who at one time were alive, breathing, laughing, dancing, playing, and talking just like you and me. Tell your government to bring back hanging or throw the murderers in jail. Keep them there so decent, law-abiding people can live in peace and the murder capital that Jamaica has become will be no more. Until then, get used to the bloggers who might have some shady stories sometimes, but don't mix up news reporters abroad who carry factual news reports to people who want to know what is happening to their once beloved paradise. If you can't stand to hear the truth, then no one is asking you to listen. Any story carried on this radio are facts about happenings to real people. So let me bring you two more heart-wrenching stories, one on Friday and the other one yesterday. A 44-year-old businesswoman miraculously survived after she was shot 6 times by a gunman at the bar she operates at Phoenix Park in Monaghan, St. Anne on Friday night. The woman has since been hospitalized while police have launched a manhunt for her attacker. Reports are that about 8 p.m., the now injured woman was at the bar with 3 customers when a motorcar drove up and parked across from their establishment. Two men exited the vehicle, entered the bar, and ordered 2 drinks. The woman placed the drink on the counter, after which one of the men pulled a handgun and shot her several times. She received gunshot wounds to both breasts, her abdomen, both arms, and right thigh. The woman managed to run from the attackers and collapse in bushes behind the bar. The men the police said ran from the bar returned to their vehicle and sped away. The injured businesswoman was rushed to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where she was admitted in serious condition, and no motive has been established for that attack, according to police. Meanwhile, 3 people, including a 15-year-old schoolboy, are dead following a shooting in East Kingston yesterday. They were among 4 persons shot in the attack, which occurred along Wild Street off Windward Road sometime after 3 p.m. yesterday. Reports are that a Toyota Mark X motorcar drove onto Wild Street, after which the occupants of the vehicle exited and opened fire, hitting all 4 who were gathered at a complex. Residents said one of the victims ran but was chased and shot multiple times. The wounded were rushed to hospital, where 2 of the men were pronounced dead. One of the schoolboy who was seriously injured was rushed to surgery but died while receiving treatment. The 15-year-old, a student of Holy Trinity High, has been identified as Maurice Morgan. It's understood that he is the child of a policeman assigned to a corporate area division. The other murder victims are Sabina Clark, 23, and 20-year-old Troy Dennis. Another 15-year-old schoolboy was wounded in the attack as well, and his injuries are not considered serious. Let me just play Families Grief, who were on the scene.
Live news update from the Kingston Public Hospital, where weeping and mourning is presently happening. There was a shooting incident in East Kingston, Wild Street to be specific, where preliminary reports indicate that a grey Mark X pulled up and opened fire, hitting 4 young men. Originally I heard that there were 2 fatalities, 2 young men died. However, I can confirm that 3 of the 4 young men are now dead. This is the pain of crime and violence unfolding at the Kingston Public Hospital.
These are actual happenings in Jamaica. We jump into sports. Honored Gardens coach Xavier Gilbert says a game of the magnitude of the Rio Neville Jamaica Premier League semi-finals should be played at the National Stadium. This is after spectator violence affected Sunday's return leg semi-finals between Honored Gardens and Cavalier at Sabina Park, when a section of the crowd started hurling missiles out of frustration with the officiating. CEO of the Premier League Football Jamaica Limited, Owen Hill, said there are things to correct going forward. When normalcy resumed, it was Cavalier who came out victorious 3-1 for a 4-2 aggregate victory. Cavalier opponents will be their nemesis from last season, Mount Pleasant FC, the title holders, who got the better of Waterhouse 2-1 for a 3-2 aggregate win. The defending champions, who were also the season's league faced table toppers, beat Waterhouse 2-1 in the second leg of the semi-final on Sunday at Sabina Park to advance 3-2 on aggregate. Waterhouse could have put themselves in front in the 16th minute when the league's leading scorer Javon Bryan was one-on-one with Shaquan Davis, but Davis came up big to deny Bryant an 18th league goal. The St. Anne Bates club found the important goal from man of the match Devante Campbell. The 20-year-old got his first in the 40th minute with a well-placed strike which beat Waterhouse goalkeeper Kemar Foster, and he returned in the 57th minute to grab his second goal when he beat Foster again, this time from an improbable angle. And in NBA, the New York Knicks will have to come big tonight, or they're going to be facing a deficit of 3-2 when they face the Indiana Pacers. The last game, they were totally humiliated, but we hope that they can bounce back tonight. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite community radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.